Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And in today's video we're going to have a look at Bitcoin. I'm asking the question, should we be worried? Is this the bear market or is it just a bear cycle and we should expect all-time highs? Do let me know what your thoughts and opinions are in the comments below. Really interested to get your views and opinions. If you enjoy this sort of content, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and don't forget to jump in our Discord. We'd love to have you there. It's free to join. Link is in the description of the video. It's a fantastic place to chat with like-minded individuals about the projects you love 24/7. And don't forget, our NFT project goes live on Monday the 28th at 5 PM GMT. Do check the project out. Link is in the description of the video. Right, let's get down to the desktop and let's have a look at everything Bitcoin. So we're going to start at coin market cap. Now, I did a video last night and I explained that I was expecting, a reversal on Bitcoin. Now it's at $38,879, up 3.24%, exactly as I predicted it would be. So I think we're at that point where we really need to get to the point of the video, which is, should we be worried? Obviously, we're seeing everything with Ukraine and Russia. Now, we were expecting this pullback. We've talked about this pullback. It took much longer than we were anticipating, but I think we've kind of seen that bottom out. It could go lower with the conflict with Russia and Ukraine, but ultimately you normally see a market sort of pullback or dump or crash, however you want to articulate it, in the build up to the actual conflict, and then it normally sort of recovers quite nicely. Not in all cases, but the large majority of cases, if you look back at the chart and line it up with the conflicts throughout history, right? Now, if we go to advice.io, the reason why I was saying that I wasn't too worried and I was expecting a reversal was yesterday we had a change on the rating system on advice.io. So Bitcoin went from C3 to C2. It's not the biggest change in the world, so I wasn't expecting a huge pump to the upside, but I was expecting a reversal, and that's what I was calling out yesterday. It's what we've seen today. Now it's flat, it's no change since yesterday, so I'm not expecting too much of a pullback or too much of a pump upwards, unless there's some surprise news or event that happens in the real world that can change what we're seeing here, right? And this is for ultra short term, so this will change over at midnight, so it'd be interesting to see what the scores on the doors are for tomorrow. But the 7-day change is minus 12.72%. There's not too much change. Obviously you've got your fear and greed index at A3, but everything else is currently ranked D and is pulling it down. Again, we're going to see how this sort of progresses, how the events sort of progress. Now, should we be worried about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and our investments? And for me, it depends on your time horizon. Now, in these sorts of scenarios, what I tend to look at is adoption. This is a metric for me that I really monitor quite closely when we pull back. Are we seeing adoption sort of fall off a cliff, or is it still sort of happening at the same speed as we were seeing before the crash? Or has it sped up? Now, we already know from looking at these charts, because I've shared them, on the channel many times, because like I say, it's a metric that I look at an awful lot, right? And we already know that it's the fastest, growth in technology in history, right? The internet, is probably the closest to blockchain technology. But ultimately, we're on that road for 1 billion crypto users, and this is going to be done so much quicker than any other technology in history, right? And basically, what it's taking time-wise is about 7.5 years for the growth cycle for the internet, and we're seeing that with well, they're using Bitcoin as an example. within 4 years. So, you know, for me, it's all about time horizon. If you're a long-term investor, I don't think you've got anything to worry about. If you're, you know, not such a long, you know, haven't got such a long-term view of, you know, investments and cryptocurrency, one, I don't think this is, you know, the right thing to be investing in, if that's the case. These are financial instruments, in my opinion, that, you know, should have a horizon of a minimum of 5 years. You know, that's my opinion. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are in the comments below. I get there's people here that probably follow on like TikTok and stuff like that, you know, are really about fast money and stuff like that, and there is ways to make fast money, but ultimately I'm here for the long term, and you know, this is what we talk about on the channel, right? So I want to talk about, you know, things that we've sort of called out quite early on, and whilst everybody's talking about, you know, Web3 and all this other stuff, right, you've got to bear in mind that a lot of these influencers that are out there, they're all kind of following the same sort of 2 or 3 people, right? Like, not all of them, but, you know, a lot of them are following just, you know, your run-of-the-mill, your top channels, for example. I'm not going to mention names. We all know who these individuals are, right? That, you know, chat about having all these contacts and so on. But one of the things that I've been calling out and Nick's been calling out is DAOs, and you're going to start to see more influencers talk about this as soon as they realize actually DAOs are a big deal, right? And I want to sort of pull out this one, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏. They want to start obviously a crypto crowdfunder for fast food franchises. So basically, in a nutshell, they're going to look to buy franchises, so real world businesses, make them a really profitable business, and then share the proceeds with the DAO. And I think we're going to see this more and more. And Nick and myself have talked about this. We talked about this months ago. We're going to start to see lots of DAOs popping up, you know, DAOs that really sort of give control back to people that perhaps aren't as wealthy. I mean, who can go buy a franchise like a McDonald's franchise, for example? I think this is a really unique one. I think it'll do really, really well. Obviously, I haven't done any research, like, you know, full deep dive on this project. So, you know, if you're going to look to get into say this particular DAO, for example, just make sure you go and do some research on it, because I haven't looked at the team and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, there's always an element of risk with like rug pulls and stuff like that. But I think the reason why I wanted to bring this up is it kind of builds into the adoption side of things, right? When you've got DAOs, you know, with ideas just like this. I mean, you've got others around NFTs, art pieces. I think one bought a golf course, right? You know, there's just so many different DAOs, and I mean, Harmony's got like over 100 DAOs, for example, right? And I see this as adoption. I see this as real world adoption, and I think this is going to be a trend that you're going to start to see more and more, and more unique ideas and lots of opportunity. And the way I see it is there's opportunity everywhere, and DAOs are going to be so big. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on DAOs. Did you listen to what I was saying months back when I was talking about DAOs, or is it just starting to sink in? Let me know. The other thing that I wanted to sort of bring up here was obviously, you know, there's banks, and we've got to take what they say with a pinch of salt, but, you know, Deutsche Bank provides bullish insight into the crypto market. So basically what they're saying is, you know, up to 80% of people that are in cryptocurrency, they wouldn't sell now, you know, in this pullback in the market, whereas before they would. It's basically what they're saying is, you know, maybe investors are starting to realize and grow up a little bit. The other thing that I wanted to sort of talk about, again, this is all around adoption. Tourism in El Salvador is up 30% since Bitcoin adoption. Lots of people go into El Salvador on holidays and stuff like that, and it's definitely got them into the public eye. People that wouldn't normally go there are going there now, which is really, really interesting. Crypto companies are tempting top talent away from big tech companies to build Web3. I mean, like, I see this personally an awful lot. I've had artists talking to me that worked for the likes of Nike, for example, and they're looking to start their own businesses up. So not only are crypto companies pulling away these top talented individuals from top tech companies, these top tech companies are losing their best people because there's opportunity in blockchain technology and they can go and do it for themselves. So I think there's elements to this article that, you know, are missing some of the other things that are happening in the real world. But for me, it's really, really interesting. Again, more adoption. Law firm becomes the first to accept cryptocurrency payments. Again, a firm based in the UK. Again, just more and more adoption. We're seeing it everywhere. Manchester City build 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 stadium in the metaverse. Like, you know, again, just more and more adoption. So I think the point that I'm trying to make in this video is long term. If you're already invested and perhaps you got in right at the peak of the bull run, right, and the market's pulled right back and you're feeling really sorry for yourself. Ultimately, my view, my opinion, I'm not a financial advisor, but just my view and opinion is that actually long term, you look at the adoption curve, you look at how much adoption is still happening, even though we're pulling back like this. If you have a look at the big money, what are they doing? You know, they're currently buying cryptocurrency. Nick and myself are buying cryptocurrency. And ultimately, you know, this is an opportunity, but that's just my opinion. These are fantastic prices. You know, a lot of projects are massively undervalued. You know, if you consider how much people were paying for them back in August and September and how much they are now, and technically they're more superior now because of the advancements that have been made in the technology. You know, the advancements in the smart contract operations for some of these projects has all improved. You know, upgrades have happened on many projects like VeChain, for example, with their POA 2.0. You know, the list goes on and on. There's a lot more, you know, happening in the space as well. More adoption, and more adoption means more adoption in my eyes. But let me know what your thoughts and opinions are in the comments below. Really interested to know. I hope that this puts people's minds at ease a little bit. Do let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on the market though. Really interested to know. If you enjoyed today's video, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.